Hey, welcome to This is the Cruise. I'm Clint, and this is part 4 of an Alaskan Cruise Itinerary review video series. I recently released these as one long video and was asked if I could shorten them up. So I broke them up into segments. If you haven't watched part 1, part 2, and part 3, you may want to go back and do that before catching up with this one, because here I'm going to compare and contrast an expedition cruise with a much longer alternative, as well as what can we do instead. I hope you enjoy. Let's look at this here for a second. Let's just say that you could do either. So what are you giving up for roughly $8,000 a person? What don't you get to do? Well, we're going to go up to Nome on Holland. We're going to go to Little Diomede Island, which is unique. So we're gaining that. We're going to go to Dutch Harbor. So we have the Saint Islands, St. Matthew and St. Paul. So $8,000, right? We said per person. Chidnik and Unga. Unga's that ghost town. That's pretty cool. Geographic Harbor is very similar to Kodiak Island, just without people. So I feel like that's one of those stops that's sort of redundant. I'm not knocking going to Geographic Harbor. I'm just saying it's sort of redundant. And Hurtigruten goes to both Kodiak and Geographic Harbor. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8, $2,000 for 4 stops, essentially, because we are getting to Icy Bay. That's a glacier. Well, we replace that with Hubbard Glacier. Wrangell versus Sitka. I mean, we're going to Sitka as well. We're gonna Misty Fjords versus Glacier Bay. I mean, look, you can see how similar they are, and really all we're losing here are these 4 stops right over in here. But we're gaining little swing by Little Diomede Island and going across the Arctic Circle. Okay, I know which one I would pick. So what do we do instead? Right? I mean, 28 days is a lot. Oh, okay, before I go on, I have a special request to make. First off, please like and subscribe. But please like and subscribe. But if you work for Holland America, please do this itinerary again. This year on Holland, we're doing a 14-day Norway cruise. Next year, we're probably going to do a 14-day Iceland cruise on Holland America. So Holland, please do this itinerary again. 2024 is when this one is done and sold out. 2025, we might not be able to do it. So 2026 for me. Do it for 2026. You pretty much have your first customer ready to book. We're all about it. But what do we do instead? Well, my wife and I are seriously looking at a shoulder 14-day cruise. Here's the thing. If you've not, and I said it before, if you've never cruised Alaska, any Alaskan cruise is better than no Alaskan cruise. Please be responsible. I don't work for Holland. I'm not sponsored by Holland America, but I would recommend cruising with a cruise line that loves Alaska. We should cherish this place. And so almost any Alaskan cruise is worth doing once. Juneau, Ketchikan, those are classic stops. Make sure Glacier Bay is on the itinerary if at all possible. But what do you do? What do you do instead? Well, if you wanted something maybe a little bit bigger, but not going to take up a full month, there are 14-day round trip options, and Holland America does these shoulder season cruises, one in May and one in September. So what does a 14-day Alaskan cruise look like? Well, Holland America has they call it the Great Alaskan Explorer. It leaves from Vancouver. We've looked at Vancouver, right? Great place to start. You're going to spend a couple days cruising up to Kodiak Island. get some of that adventure right away. But this is as far west as you're going to go. You're not going to go further up the island chain here. Then we're going to come back and actually go to Anchorage. We're just spending a day here. We don't get the overnight, but we do get to Anchorage itself. Then we're going to continue down to Homer in the Anchorage area, but a different experience, right? So we get to spend time on the peninsula. Then we're going to go to Valdez, and cruise a little bit more inland. And now we're starting really to make our way back south and hitting these highlights. From Valdez, we're going to continue down. We absolutely are going to spend a day in Glacier Bay. And in fact, as I was exploring this, and you saw some of my pictures, let's take a look here and see who's in Glacier Bay right now. Well, we come in here and keep zooming in. Wouldn't you know it, there's a Holland ship cruising Glacier Bay. That's pretty great. If you're wondering how I know it's Holland, they have the roof halfway open or closed. I'm a glass half full kind of person. I'm a cruise pool roof half open kind of guy. So there's Holland cruising into Glacier Bay. They're making their way here, and they're going to sit here. And this is like 4 miles away, and it looks like you're right next to it. So you get to spend some time at Glacier Bay, as those lucky people are. Then we're going to go to Skagway. Remember what I said about that 28-day? Doesn't actually get to Skagway. The train ride is the thing to do in Skagway. I've not been able to do it. I have very dear friends that have done it, and they went back so they could do it. You can see there's a couple cruise ships here. One is a Norwegian cruise line, and because of, I can see the go-kart track sitting right there on top of the cruise ship. That's pretty sure that's Norwegian. And then this one here is a Celebrity cruise with the trademark X on the side. Great cruise. Great cruise line to go on, but I don't think Celebrity goes to Glacier Bay. Let me know if I'm incorrect on that. If you've been on a Celebrity cruise and gone into Glacier Bay, let me know in the comments below. Then we're going to go to Sitka Sound. We're going to go to Sitka rather, and we're going to dock here where that Holland ship is. We're going to continue on down to Ketchikan, where we're going to go see a lumberjack show, or we're going to go to a brothel museum, walk around town. No one sponsors this, but you got to go to 55 North Bakery and Coffee in Ketchikan. The best cinnamon rolls in Alaska are there, and we love their coffee. From there, we actually are going to go to Prince Rupert with some time to spend here in Canada. And then we're going to make our way through the Inside Passage, those calm, beautiful waters, back to Vancouver, where we will end our cruise. So, Clint's cruisability score. This one, for variety, gets a 4. It's not the 28-day. It's not the, Hurtigruten expedition cruise. It's understandable, right? This one gets a 4. Repeatability, 3.3. It's actually higher on a repeatability score. You could do this one multiple times. Adventure, 3.1. Enrichment, 4.3, and a relaxation score of 2.3. All right, so which is it? Which one am I saying? This is the cruise. It's obviously the Holland America's 28-night legendary voyage, Alaska Arctic Circle Solstice. No doubt, but it's sold out. Alaska really is the final frontier. If you've never done an Alaskan cruise, what's stopping you? Book it. Go. Get out there. Thanks for watching.